Here we go from the FIBA U17 World Cup. Day one, Group D action between Australia and Serbia. Should be a good one from two of the top threats to knock off the United States for the first time. Australia and Serbia, two of the more experienced teams coming into this tournament and shaping up for an exciting day one matchup. Serbia had 11 of their 12 players play together last year in the U16 Eurobasket tournament, and they're back in the U17 World Cup after missing out in 2024. As for Australia, they have never missed this tournament. They have made all 8, and they're coming off their 4th consecutive gold medal in the U16 Asia Cup last year, and it was not close. They ran through the competition, and 12 of their players from this year, well, 9 of them were together on that U16 squad last year. The referees for this game getting set, Australia and Serbia. Tip-off in just a moment. Carlos Peralta, Yuliris Guzman, and Paulina Jagdos are the officials for this one. Serbia have made 5 of 8 tournaments. Their only medal coming in 2014, and that was a bronze. As we get a look at the starting lineup for Serbia: Nikola Durovic, Onyen Shimanovsky, Petar Bjelica. He's the player to watch for Serbia, 22. Keep an eye on him, the star player from last year, as well as Nikola Kusturic. He averaged 20 points per game in the U16 Eurobasket, and Luka Pavlovic rounds out the starting 5 for Stevan Mijovic, the head coach for the Serbian side. And they will get Australia in their first game at the U17 World Cup. 7 in yellow, Luke Paul is the best player for Australia. They also go with Antonio Brown, Will Hamilton, John Oryang, and Yaya Bassarin. Bassarin, the big fella, 7-footer with great post footwork. We'll see who Serbia throws out at him. It would likely be Nikola Durovic, the 6'10" big man, who was the only player not on last year's U16 team. So they add size to this U17 squad, and they bring in the 6'10" for both of these sides. Istanbul, Turkey, the site for the U17 World Cup. Michael Cerrone with you. It's already been an exciting day. Lithuania with a high-scoring upset over Canada, 103-89. China took down Cameroon by 18. And Australia and Serbia to keep the action going in what should be a good one. Day one of the U17 World Cup in Istanbul rolls on. Australia and Serbia underway. Australia in yellow, Serbia in blue, and it's Luke Paul immediately dashing in and setting up the offense for Australia to quickly get on the board with Yaya Bassarin. Well, Luke Paul said that the most underrated part of his game is his downhill ability, and he shows it off early for Australia. Bassarin's 7-foot presence makes a difference. Bjelica rolls to the rim and scores. Petar Bjelica was fantastic in the Eurobasket tournament. He's the top player, 6'9". Serbia loves those big forwards that can stretch the floor. Here's a look inside for Paul. Tried to swing it out to Ariang, and it's knocked away. Serbia pushes the pace with Pavlovic, and Ariang takes it right back. Serbia, their senior national team is headlined. There's a nice drive and score for Antonio Brown. The Serbian senior national team is headlined by some stretch forwards, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nikola Jovic, Filip Jovic, a guy who played on the U17 squad for Serbia the last time they were here in 2022. Filip Jovic of UCLA, previously Auburn. They also had Viktor Mikic of Florida. He became the first Serbian to win an NCAA title. Aleksej Pokaševski, NBA talent, played on the U17 Serbian team in 2018. We go back and forth early in this one. Serbia knocks it up at 4 apiece. Nice drive and score. Nikola Kusturic, 20 points, 7.7 rebounds per game in last year's Eurobasket tournament. Stevan Mijovic, the head coach for Serbia. For Australia, Greg Vanderjagt, who also coached the U16 team last year. Triggered in for Ariang up top, and he looks for Paul. You can see the game plan early. Get the ball in the hands of Luke Paul and let him go to work. The reverse layup, can't get it to go. He's the quarterback of this offense, 6'6" point guard. Paul now 17, but at 16 years and 10 months, he became the youngest player to sign an NBL Next Stars contract. Look inside for Bjelica for another score. That Next Stars program has had players like LaMelo Ball, Alex Sarr, Josh Giddey, and Luke Paul trying to become the next on the long line of successful players from that program. Antonio Brown dashes inside for the floater. Scouting report on Brown says he's got good footwork, ball handling, and inside finishing, and he shows off all three. Takeaway for Australia, they get it to Paul in the backcourt. Luke Paul had a near triple-double in last year's gold medal game in the Asia Cup. 26 points, 10 boards, 9 assists. Fantastic all-tournament, and he showed off the entire skill set in the big win over China, 85-58. Australia seems to run through the U16 Asia Cup every year. 4 straight gold medals. Offensive board for Bjelica, and it's knocked out of bounds. Will stay here with the Serbians. Serbia has made it to 5 of 8 U17 World Cups. Brown got a piece of it at the end, and it stays with Serbia. Here's Semyonovsky, dishes inside. They'll let Kusturic go to work, but it's going the other way. Two of the deeper teams that you'll find at this tournament, Australia and Serbia, both have a lot of players that can come off the bench and make an impact. There is some height that we have not seen for both sides as well. Rare mistake from Paul over the head of Brown, and Serbia immediately taking advantage of the turnover, and they'll get 2 shots. Quick attack from Onyen Semyonovsky, who was also a big-time scorer last year, 18.1 points per game. Serbia's offense was really good in that tournament. They have the top 3 players, but they have a lot of guys who can get it done. First one from Semyonovsky doesn't fall. Semyonovsky, 6'3" guard. The handler, along with Pavlovich, goes 1 for 2. Full court pressure early from Serbia. Paul tries to slam on the brakes, hits the deck, keeps it alive for Ariang. Swing for Brown. It's back up high for Paul, the handler for Australia. Paul lobs it inside, and it's taken away. 2 straight turnovers for Luke Paul. Uncharacteristic for the point guard. Stepping into a triple, too strong. Upstairs for the rebound is Brown. He can also handle the rock along with Paul. Brown slashes inside. Bassaran lays it in. Drive and kick seems to be the game plan early for the Australians, who have a 1-point lead. Pustoritz tried to leave it off. Bassaran in the passing lane. Pace for Australia with Hamilton. Brown keeps it alive. We haven't seen Will Hamilton much. Here he is driving baseline. Hamilton takes on contact, can't finish through it. He's a bully ball player, good finisher, and a vocal leader. Big block for Ariang. It'll stay with Serbia. Both teams make a change. That is great discipline from John Ariang. Trigger in for Bjelica and back up high for Matija Lukic, who's in for the first time. Lukic slices inside and lays it in off the glass. Lukic, an impact player off the bench, almost 9 points a game last year in the Eurobasket tournament. Quickly getting in the score column. Hamilton thought about it. He tries to swing it across the floor, and we've seen a few long passes unsuccessful for Australia. When they get inside and pass it, things seem to be working, but around the perimeter, they have struggled. 4 turnovers already. Make it 5 after that last one from Hamilton, actually. Long 3 won't go. Offensive rebound. Semyonovsky baseline. Kick it. Good ball movement around the perimeter. On the attack. It's another block for Ariang. That's Australia's 4th block already. Hamilton, baseline, can't finish. Good look for Will Hamilton, could not lay it in, trying to follow the jam. Durovic, 2-on-2 the other way. Leave it, Hamilton, bully ball. Hamilton against 3, to the corner, a 3, got it. First triple for Australia goes down off the hands of Andrew Watini. Free throw line popped too strong. Bassaran pulls down the board. Bassaran and Riak Akur in there right now. Here is Akur stepping out. Can't get it to fall. Akur, 6'8", able to stretch the floor, and you see his wingspan, and he's already making an impact. 2 blocked shots, and Bassaran has 2 as well. It's the first national team appearance for 13 in yellow, Riak Kur. Full line change for Serbia. First one drops for Matija Lukic. First action for the Serbian big man, Luka Miladinovic. Limited minutes, but he was on the squad last year. Akur leaves it for Paul, is swinging around. Paul, top of the key, three, Watini, too strong. Stepanovic brings it the other way. And an offensive foul against Vuk Stepanovic. Australia is not making it easy for this Serbia offense with a lot of power. Still full court press from Serbia, but they seem to back off as soon as Australia gets it in. Watini now leading the offense for the Australians. Up high for Paul, screen from Mabbutt. On the pick and roll, Alex Mabbutt lays it in. The 6'9" forward with his first bucket works the pick and roll with Paul to perfection. Ripped away by Akur. Going in amongst the trees as Watini drives in, and he's fouled hard. No hesitation from Andrew Watini on his way to the cup. He'll shoot two. Greg Vanderjack, the head coach for Australia. Again, he coached the U16 team last year. He's bounced around the NBL and NBL 1 North as a head coach. He played 10 years himself in the NBL, 6'10" big man. Watini gets both to go. Group D also represented by Ivory Coast and Venezuela. Corner three from Milicic, way off into the hands of Paul. Australia and Serbia are the two favorites in Group D, especially Serbia. One of the favorites to knock off USA, but the United States have never lost in this tournament. 51-0 all time. In the first edition of the Smart Power Rankings, Serbia sits behind USA at number 2, Australia at number 6. This is a powerful top of Group D. USA and France play today. Those are numbers 1 and 3. Nice finish from Mabbutt for his second straight bucket. Ivory Coast and Venezuela respectively 14 and 15 in the power rankings. They finish out Group D. Australia with another block. They are not making things easy as they race down the floor, and it's poked in by Paul. kick to the corner, triple too strong. That was actually Josh McCann with that last finish for Australia, and a deep three drops. Matija Lukic shows off the range. Serbia needed that one badly. Stops an 8-0 Australian run. Already 4 lead changes and 4 ties in this first quarter that's about to come to a close. And Australia can't do anything with the final .8. And that does it for the first quarter. It's been a good one. Back and forth action. Australia 19, Serbia 14 after 1.
What do you think?
Oh my goodness, get out of here.
That corner pop, Bruno.
And then you put this woman in, Asia. And what a finish. Because she's excited with passion. Buckets at the buzzer.
They love it. They absolutely love seeing it.
19-14, Australia on top of Serbia at the end of the first quarter. It has been a back and forth game. Australia with an 8-0 run late in the first to pull ahead. But we know Serbia is capable of coming back a lot more than 5 points. This offense has a lot of power. It was really the shooting that led Australia to their lead. They shot 63% on twos, while Serbia was under 27% from inside the arc. Overall, Australia in that first quarter shot 53%, Serbia at 26%. And you have to credit Australia's defense for part of that. 5 blocks in the first 10 minutes. Serbia had just 1. Serbia's ball to begin the second frame, and Kusturic goes to work, fades away. That one, a high arcer, was off. Luke Paul and Andrew Wattini quarterbacking the offense. Mabbutt, bully ball to the basket, he missed it. Alex Mabbutt had 2 straight makes after coming off the bench. Averaged a near double-double in last year's Under-16 Asia Cup. 3-on-1 for Australia, pushing the pace, and an easy lay-in. Josh McCann with the deuce. Australia back up 7, but Serbia, oh, they can't cut into it. It was in, around, and out. Lucas Byrne off the bench. We haven't called his name yet. Paul gets the screen. Shot clock at 3. Mabbutt gets fouled. Too much contact down low from Petar Bjelica. Alex Mabit already with 4 points, the big man off the bench. First one from Mabit, too strong. Luke Paul still has not scored for the Australians. Andrew Wattini leading the way with 5, and they also have gotten 4 points apiece from McCann, Brown, Bassaran, and Mabit. Make it 5 for Alex Mabit as the second one is good. Another offensive foul, the second against Serbia. They've been a lot more top-heavy to start this game. Matija Lukic has 7 points. Bjelica has 4. Kusturic has struggled from the field, and Semyonovsky is 0 for 2. Lucas Byrne, 10 in yellow. He was a great contributor to Australia's gold medal in the U16 Asian tournament. 12.5 points per game, and he has not taken a shot yet. Here's Josh McCann up high, looks backdoor for Wattini, but it's going the other way. An offensive foul gives it right back to Serbia. Foul goes against Alex Mabit. Paul, change of speed. That's a big part of his game. Triple is too strong from Josh McCann, who off the bench has not been shy. Foul on the rebound as McCann took an extra step toward the ball. First personal against McCann. Some early foul trouble for Serbia to keep an eye on. Miladinovic and Bjelica have 3 fouls apiece already. Brown tries to get inside, can't finish off the glass. Serbia with numbers. Quick pop, that's off. Maybe a little impatient on the right wing 3. Bassaran the rebound, and Brown pushes it ahead. Brown goes to the left, pulls it back out. Paul works with Bassaran. Brown to the corner. Byrne a 3. That's short. Got his own rebound, and Byrne finishes. Serbia wastes no time. Off the mark. Rebound initially ripped down by Paul and then taken away by Veselinovic. Semyonovsky lost the handle. Still fighting for it, and Brown comes away with it. Paul sets the table, he gets fouled. First personal against Kusturic. Brown rounds the arc. Hamilton. Bassaran goes to work down low. Fading away, he puts it in, and the lead is double digits. timeout, Serbia. Australia leads by 10. No answer for the big fella, Yaya Bassaran. 3 for 3 from the field, and it's 26-16.
What do you think?
Oh my goodness, get out of here.
That corner cocky and Bruno.
And then you've got this woman here, Asia. And what a finish.
It's over. Players out playing one-on-one.
Because she's excited with passion.
Roberts, you gotta love it.
Buckets at the buzzer.
And these fans in Kobe, they love it. They absolutely love seeing it.
Australia on top of Serbia by 10 as the Serbians, led by head coach Stevan Mijovic, need to call a timeout. Group D action rolling on. Venezuela and Ivory Coast are set to tip off. That one live coming up in just a moment. All games at the U17 World Cup broadcast on the FIBA YouTube channel. Serbia could use an answer. They get it inside. Bassaran is not making it easy in there. The 7-footer is giving Serbia trouble in the paint. Now Bassaran offensively, back to Paul. Slipping to the floor, and it's scooped up by Semyonovsky. Works against Ariang. Semyonovsky leans in off the glass, no. Feels like Serbia at times is rushing their shots while Australia getting a little later into the shot clock. This time, Paul quickly to the basket. Bassaran is there on the follow. Eight points for Yaya Bassaran, leading Australia. Swing to the top against Brown. He got a piece of it. Paul pushes the pace on a 3-on-1. Paul takes it himself and gets fouled. And look out. After the whistle, some jawing. Antonio Brown took exception to it. Veselinovic with the foul. Veselinovic and Brown getting into it. And they're going to leave room for the referees to talk this over. Carlos Peralta, Yuliris Guzman, and Paulina Yagdos are having a conversation. Peralta, the Ecuadorian referee, leading the conversation. We'll see if technical fouls assessed. So they do get Veselinovic there with grabbing the arm of Paul. And you see Paul didn't like it, and neither did Brown. And Luke Paul is going to the line. And he finally is on the board. It took 15 minutes and 18 seconds, 13 minutes of game action for Luke Paul to get on the board. And 4 free throws for Paul. The technical foul on top of the common foul. What a swing in favor of Australia. And you can't give Luke Paul freebies. So this is the last of the technical free throws. And Luke Paul gives Australia a 16-point lead. They are doubling up Serbia, outscoring them 13-2 in this second quarter, and they get the basketball right back. Paul, off the Bassaran screen, leans in. It's an offensive foul against Luke Paul. Second personal foul as he extended the arm. Luke Paul does have 5 turnovers, but other than that, he's been great. He's got the highest plus-minus of any Australian. He has 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Doing it all. And here's a rip away for Hamilton. Will Hamilton on the break. Oh, a follow jam for Aryang. Timeout Serbia. John Aryang to the top floor. The Australians have an 18-point lead, 15-2 run to start the second quarter.
Says, give it to me. Go attacks the closeout. Bruno inside. Fills it up.
Australia outscoring Serbia by 13 in the second quarter, and it is 34-16 behind a 12-0 run. Serbia really needs an answer against this 2-3 zone from Australia. To the corner, open 3 for Lukic, doesn't go. They get another look. Lukic has been the best player, at least scorer, for Serbia. They've kept the Stars in check. Layup doesn't go, and a block from behind, 4th effort, and a foul. Bjelica will go to the line to shoot 2. Great effort after he got rejected from behind by Aryang. Petar Bjelica to the stripe. Already 6 rebounds for Bjelica. First one, no good. Coach Mijovic trying to keep his guys in it. Down by 18. Bjelica's second is well short, but another offensive rebound. They give it up though, and Watini is immediately fouled. Serbia just had 5 possessions in 1, and they only got... They didn't actually score out of it. They got 2 free throw attempts, and they couldn't cash in. after 4 offensive rebounds on 1 trip down the floor, and now Watini is going to the line. Six points, 3 boards for the undersized 6'1" Watini. He makes both. Serbia's offense is really struggling right now. They have 10 turnovers and they are 6 for 31 from the field. Bjelica kicks it out. Kusturic a 3. Serbia needed that one badly. They're 2 for 9 now from beyond the arc. And that score finally puts an end to a 14-0 run. And a turnover, Bjelica leads it the other way. Bjelica on the roll against Basiran. He's fouled. They've had trouble against Yaya Basiran. Just his first personal. He has 2 blocks. 6 blocks as a team for Australia. Bjelica is going back to the line. And the struggles continue from the free throw stripe. They're 3 for 7. Bjelica is 0 for 3. For 4. He cannot buy one from the stripe when Serbia needs it most. Nobody guards Watini, took advantage and then pulled it back out. Watini gets the switch, leads it inside. Basiran, the hesitation and score. And going down is one of the Serbian players. I believe it was Bjelica. It was. And Petar Bjelica able to pop up on his own. Good to see. Galic will go to the bench for the Serbians. Full court pressure now from Australia. It's what we've seen from Serbia early in this one. And Watini picking up the ball. Lukic scoots inside and gets fouled. Matija Lukic tied for a team high with 7 points, but he has been quiet in this second quarter. Just about everyone has been for Serbia. Serbia is 3 for 8 at the free throw line. Lukic, though, 2 for 2 already, as Australia is doubling them up. Mijovic needs an answer for the Serbians. Starting Group D play, Australia has looked really strong. Venezuela, Ivory Coast underway in the first quarter. Those 2 teams round out Group D. Hamilton has trouble with it, loose in the corner, and it's scooped up by Lazar Milicic. Look inside, Watini gives it a tap, kept alive. Drive baseline, and a flush for Kusturic. Watini walked with it, and just like that, Serbia's got the momentum. A big baseline jam for Nikola Kusturic. Going upstairs and throwing it down, and Serbia with life
do you think?
Oh my goodness, get out of here.
That corner pocket. Bruno.
And then you've got this woman here, Asia. And what a finish.
Didn't overplay as well. Players are now playing one-on-man.
Because she's excited with passion. Buckets at the buzzer.
And these fans in Kobe, they love it. They absolutely love seeing.
Serbia cuts into the Australian lead with a baseline jam. Nikola Kusturic, that one is thrown into no man's land, kept in bounds by Kusturic. Milicic slices inside, got his own rebound, goes back up with it, could not finish on either attempt. Kusturic coming to life for Serbia, 4 for 8 from the field. The Serbians as a team shooting 23%. Watini wanted it back up top. He swings it to the corner for a McCann three, and that's off the backboard. It'll stay with Australia, 11 on the shot clock. McCann has to get it in. He puts it up high for a core. Hamilton, patient, and he couldn't finish. Will Hamilton not having his best game. He's 0 for 4. Swing to the right side for a 3. 7-0 run for Serbia. Onyan Semyonovsky puts in the triple. That's his first field goal. He's got 6 points. Bassaran blocked from behind. Serbia can hold for 1 to end the first half. Kusturic, open 3. Left it short. Hamilton, still time. Thrown up at the buzzer, and it's off. It's Australia by 12. They led by as many as 19 after a big second quarter spurt, highlighted by a 14-0 run. 20 down, 20 to go in Istanbul. Australia 38, Serbia 26. Second half is next.
Attacks to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
locks in.
Nice pass to Swigo. Hammers it in for two. Novas here dishing it off, trying to get going in transition. The steal comes away. Matthews throwing it up top, and there it is. Our first highlight of the day early on in this one. Big time slam from the number 5, Troy Plumtree. Bansa going up against Reed. Oh my goodness! Oh my, AJ DeBansa punish it. Oh, that's a huge rejection from Garavaglia. Get that out of here. And once again, they slow down the offense. Mathis has been allowed to be double-teamed again. And DeBansa holding down for two. They've got to get someone in the middle there. Make a pass, make the pass. And the timeout called as USA run out to a 10-point lead. Oh, that's nasty, that block. Major pick to the glass, put it on a notice board. Caleb Hall. Stolen away by Spain, pushing forward. A fight for position here. Arnett has it now. It's 3 versus 1. The ball goes to the bucket. LSE jumps it home. Right on time. 2-point lead. Yeah, this pass here. Carvalho is knocked away from him. Manda quit throwing it up. Musa. Tries the spin move, his pocket is picked. DeBansa, oh my goodness! Baptism of fire! AJ DeBansa. Steal, Perez loses it. McCoy Jr. off the glass, Stokes! Setting it up to beat the buzzer. A buzzer beater, oop off the glass. McCoy Jr., Tyron Stokes, USA on smoke.
For the and one opportunity. You ain't never seen nothing like this. close out, keep Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
What do you think?
Oh my goodness, get out of here.
That corner pocket.
Bruno.
And then you've got this woman here, Asia. And what a finish.
Didn't overplay it as well. Players without playing one-on-one. Man.
Because she's excited with passion.
Roberts. You gotta love it.
Buckets at the buzzer.
And these fans in Kobe, they love it. They absolutely love seeing it.
Nice pass to Suigo. Hammers it in for two. Vulanovas here dishing it off. Trying to get going in transition. The steal comes away. Matthews. Throwing it up top, and there it is. Our first highlight of the day early on in this one. Big time slam from the number 5, Troy Plumtree. Bansa going up against Green. Oh my goodness! Oh my! AJ DeBansa punish it. Oh, that's a huge rejection from Carvalho. Get that out of here. And once again, they slow down the offense. This. It's been allowed to be double-teamed again. And DeBansa holding down for two. They've got to get someone in the middle there. Fake a pass, make the pass. And the timeout call as USA run out to a 10-point lead. Oh, that's nasty, that block. Major pin to the glass, put it on a notice board. Caleb Hall. It's stolen away by Spain. Pushing forward. A fight for position here. Arnett has it now. It's 3 versus 1. The ball goes to the bucket. And it's in. Jumps it home. Right on time. 2-point lead. Get on this pass here. Carvalho. It's knocked away from him. Man, the quit throwing it up. Tries the spin move, his pocket is big. DeBansa. Oh my goodness! Baptism of fire! AJ DeBansa. Steal, Perez loses it. McCoy Jr. off the glass, Stokes! Setting it up to beat the buzzer. A buzzer beater, oop off the glass. McCoy Jr., Tyron Stokes, USA on smoke.
For the N1 opportunity. You ain't never seen nothing like this.
12 turnovers for the Australians, 10 for Serbia. But the points off turnovers is where Australia capitalized more, 14 of them, and 12 fast break points compared to Serbia's 2. Australia basketball to get the second half underway. Group D action rolling on at the U17 World Cup. Luke Paul, quiet scoring in the first half. The only points he had came at the free throw line, but 3 rebounds and 3 assists as the second effort drops in. John Ariang on the offensive glass for his second basket. Serbia has owned the offensive glass over Australia. 12 offensive boards, Australia with 6. But that last one pays off for the first bucket of the second half. A look at the foul. Kusturic took a shot to the face. Long three to get Serbia's second half scoring started. Kusturic from downtown. Ariang was open down low. Paul shake and bake up top. Bounce pass. Bassaran to the left hand. What a finish from Yaya Bassaran. The 7-footer's got 12 points. Kusturic. Veselinovic lost the handle, and then here's a steal from Wateen, but right out of bounds. The top of this group is one of the stronger. Australia and Serbia, the top 2 teams in this group. Group A has a very strong top, USA and France. We saw a great one from Canada and Lithuania in Group B, an upset win for Lithuania as Ariang says no. Brown with the look inside, but an offensive foul off the ball going against Bassaran as he extended the elbow on Veselinovic. Full court pressure from Antonio Brown. Drive inside over Brown. Semyonovsky couldn't get it to fall, and another foul. And this was a very quick-moving first half, and already several whistles in the first 2 minutes and change of the second. Paul gets the screen from Bassaran. Luke Paul still no field goals. Great feed for the flush from Ariang. What a look from Luke Paul to the cutting John Ariang. Foul against Hamilton and an and one. Back and forth we go, just like early in the game. Matija Lukic with a chance at the three-point play. Lukic converts. He's into double figures with 10 points. He had 7 in the first quarter. Kusturic leading the charge with 12. Serbia trailing by 12. Brown, kick, Hamilton wide open, missed it. Offensive rebound for Paul, and there's his first field goal. Luke Paul has been active on the glass, and he gets the field goal to drop after his 4th rebound. And speaking of offensive rebounds, Serbia gets the second chance bucket from Lukic. Brown wheels around, another offensive foul. If that's Yaya Bassaran, that's his 3rd. And it is against Bassaran. The 7-footer picks up his 3rd personal. Bassaran will take a seat. He's the only Australian with 3. Petar Bjelica for Serbia has 4, and Miladinovic has 3. Kusturic tries a contested 3 off the heel, and it's slowed down for Paul. Paul, Ariang, Akur. He's got a strong catch and shoot game if they can set him up with a look, but another foul. It was off the ball in the battle between Lukic and Paul. And they got the foul against Matija Lukic. Just his first personal. Paul drives inside, can't get it. And the big man Durovic back in the game, pulls down the rebound. Quick transition 3. Serbia back within single digits, and it's Matija Lukic again. He has 15 points in the blink of an eye. Ariang on the drive. Second effort over Durovic. Brown got the steal and got fouled. And he's a little shaken up. It's an unsportsmanlike foul against Siemianowski. A steal for Brown, and now 2 free throws for Brown after he was taken down in transition. Australia now 11 for 12 at the free throw line. Serbia is 6 for 11. They've left some points off the board at the charity stripe. Brown, quick trigger. Brown gets it back. Brown to the paint. Kick it out, McCann. Baseline drive, reverse layup for Josh McCann. These Australian guards are finding a way to score when it seems impossible. Reverse layup, second chances. $14 second chance points for Australia. And already in the first 5 minutes of the second half, 6 fast break points for Serbia. So maybe the message from Stevan Mijovic, the head coach at halftime, was to push the pace. Lukic goes 1 for 2 at the line. 14-point lead for Australia. Their largest of the game was 20. This was a very back and forth start to the game. 4 lead changes, 4 ties in the first quarter. Watini gets it back. Late shot clock 3, no good. And it's off of Mabit back to Serbia. And you can see the Serbians pushing the pace a little more than they did in the first half. They did rush some shots. Thought they could have been a little more patient, get later in the shot clock as they throw it away here to Brown. One-on-one, and he slips. Antonio Brown fell to the floor. It's out of bounds. It will stay with Australia. Brown trigger in. Backcourt violation. Sixteenth turnover for Australia and only 5 points off of them for Serbia. Can the offense capitalize this time and get the momentum swung their way? Miladinovic leaves it off. Baseline drive, Semyonovski. 3 to shoot for Semyonovski. Hoists up a 3. It's off the backboard and picked up by Brown. A 3-on-3 the other way. Brown blocked. Miladinovic all over it. Semyonovski will take a seat for Serbia. They have to keep Matija Lukic in it. He has 16 points and has come alive in the third quarter. Bounce pass and another rejection. Stepanovic surveys, kick it out. Brown in the air. Open 3 is off the back iron. Out of bounds. Where's it going? Back to Australia. Heads up play from Watini. The referees having a discussion at midcourt. Australia by 14 with 3:51 to go in the third. And they will take another look at who this went out on. Ball reversed, and it is Serbia basketball. So another opportunity for the Serbians. It's a 14-point lead for Australia that feels a lot closer than that as Lukic drives inside. And maybe that's because we know the prowess of Serbia. We know what they are capable of. So many opportunities that they cannot capitalize on. Milicic drives in and finally scores. Four offensive rebounds on that possession for Serbia, and they're back within 12. That was the deficit at halftime. It was 38-26 at the break. Australia outscored them by 7 in the second quarter. Antonio Brown to the bench. Getting coached up by Greg Vanderjack. Kick out and a travel. Greg Vanderjack has been with this group for the last year. He coached the U16 team last year. That squad winning their 4th straight gold medal in the U16 Asia Cup. Australia has been to every edition of the U17 World Cup. They fell all the way to 15th in the last edition in 2024, as the finger roll will not drop for Kusteritz. Australia made it to the final in 2012 and 2014, back-to-back silver medals. They have not made it back to the semis since then. 2 free throws for Nikola Kusteritz. "13 points now for the 6'7" forward who averaged 20 a game in last year's Eurobasket tournament. Again, the big man Nikola Durovic, who started the game, is the only player who was not on last year's U16 team. And a box out from Akur gives it back to Australia. So it was a technical foul called against Lazar Milicic. First personal for Milicic, and the free throw was missed. So we come back down the other way, and it's Australia ball. Watini, tight, high man-to-man defense from Serbia. Hamilton into the paint. Kick it. Watini, 5 to shoot. Watini leaves it off for Mabit. Andrew Watini, crafty mid-air, and Alex Mabit lays it in. Mabit has 7. Blocked and kept alive. Leaning in and scoring. Miladinovic with the 2 for Serbia. Watini works a 2-man game with Mabit. Off the glass and in. Tom Dammers getting his first action and his first basket. Here's a look at the foul. They got it against Will Hamilton, and Lukic goes to the line for 2. Will Hamilton, very quiet today for Australia. He has not scored. He does have 5 rebounds, but Hamilton is a guy who played last year for the U17 team in the Oceania Cup, also played for the U16 Asia Cup team. And he scored almost 15 a game, but he's 0 for 5 from the field in this one. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for Hamilton, but hasn't found the score column. extra free throw, and it was missed as Burns steps into a three and sticks it. The lead is back to 16 for Australia. Lucas Byrne knocks it down from distance. Timeout on the floor.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
59-43 Australia after the three ball from Lucas Byrne. Shout out to @TheyGotNext for the MVP tier subscription. Every game at the U17 World Cup right here on the FIBA basketball channel, including the Group D action. Ivory Coast at halftime, a 38-31 lead over Venezuela. That's the other one in Group D. Group B was the action to start off the day. Lithuania over Canada, China over Cameroon. An exciting start to the U17 World Cup. Day one of the group phase is well underway. And still a lot of action to come right here on the FIBA YouTube from Istanbul. USA against France and Italy against Japan in Group A. And then Group C play will round out the day. New Zealand against the host Turkey and Slovenia against Puerto Rico. Two free throws for Pavlovic. He splits the pair, and a foul on the rebound. It'll stay here. Now Kusteritz. The foul was called against Lucas Byrne. Luke Paul has 3 fouls. William Hamilton and Yaya Bassaran also with 3 fouls for Australia. For Serbia, Milutinovic and Bjelica have 4 fouls apiece, so something to keep an eye on as we are a minute away from the fourth quarter. Paul not out there for Australia with those 3 fouls. We'll see if he comes back in to start the fourth. Watini has been the operator without Paul out there. Watini leads in and scores. Patience pays off from Andrew Watini. He's got 9 points. Lobbed high in the air from Milicic. 5 to shoot for Serbia. Drive inside, and it's in. 10 seconds for Australia to end the third quarter. Brown leaves it. Watini couldn't get the 3 at the buzzer. It's Luka Pavlovic with the last score of the third quarter. And with 10 minutes to go, Australia on top of Serbia by 11. Does Serbia have a late surge in them? We'll find out. Fourth quarter coming up. .51-50, the lead for Australia. Fourth quarter is underway. Michael Cerrone with you in Istanbul, Turkey. Day one of the U17 World Cup. And Australia here in Group D, up 11 in the final 10 minutes. Luke Paul with those 3 fouls does start the fourth quarter, and he gets fouled. Again, Petar Bjelica, who may be Serbia's best player, is on the bench with 4 fouls as Paul comes to get it, and they set up the offense. Kept across the line by Brown, drives inside and scores. Antonio Brown made that look easy on his way to the rim. Bjelica re-enters. We'll see if Australia attacks him. Bjelica has 4 points today. Kusturic works with Bjelica. Kick it back outside for Pavlovic. He was looking for Bjelica and he threw it out of bounds. Not on the same page, back to Australia. Think of the quick guards that Australia has up and down the nation. The senior national team has them. Look inside. Bassaran spins and scores. And this U17 team is no different with quick guards up and down the roster. Watini, Paul, Brown, you name it. They have so many that can be the lead handler. Here's Brown with a burst of speed. Bassaran fouled. Was that against Bjelica? He was down there. Bjelica's headed to the bench. Has he fouled out? It is against Bjelica. That's his 5th. The day is done for Petar Bjelica, and he's got his head in his hands under his jersey. And Ion Bjelica on the bench. He looks frustrated and disappointed. A 4-point game 1. And he now has to watch his team try to come back from down 16 in the final 8:22. Also frustrated is the head coach, Stevan Mijovic. Brown threw it into the paint. Nobody was there. Here come the Serbians on the break. Offensive foul. Lucas Burns steps in to draw the charge. The foul is against Kusturic. That's his 3rd. The momentum in Australia's favor. Shake and bake from Paul going upstairs. Couldn't throw it down, but he was fouled. Luke Paul going for the highlight reel play. Instead, he'll go to the free throw line. Oh, showing off the bounce as he was fouled by Milicic. Paul now has 8 points. 6 of them have come at the free throw line. And the lead is back to 18 for Australia. 7-0 run in the first 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. And another Serbian turnover. Simjanovski threw it to no man's land and out of bounds. Paul for Brown. Brown, reverse layup. How did he get that to fall? Witchcraft from Antonio Brown, and the lead is 20. He had no angle, and he somehow scooped it up and in. It is 70. Serbia has been held scoreless to start the 4th quarter. A 9-0 run for Australia. The Serbian offense has so many players that can get it done. The foul trouble from Bjelica and him eventually fouling out doesn't help, but they have really been held in check by Australia. Kusturic has 17 points, Lukic has 16, but other than that, Siminovsky has 6. Bjelica finished his day with 4 as that 3 somehow falls. Pavlovic with 3, Milicic and Miladinovic with 2 apiece. Long 3 from Vuk Stepanovic. Look inside and an easy lay-in for Tom Dammers. There is still more than enough time for Serbia to come back, but they're going to have to start finding some buckets that they have not found, especially to start this fourth quarter. Almost another turnover, and now it is. Standing out of bounds was Milicic. The frustration continues to mount for the Serbians. Akur and McCann come back in for Australia. Here's Bassaran. He's had a big day. Yaya Bassaran, 15 points. He's 7 for 8 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds and a couple steals and blocks. Catch and shoot for Akur, too strong. Brown is there for the offensive rebound. Brown looks. Brown, Akur, thought about it. Back up high for Paul. Paul, Brown, shot clock at 0, missed the 3. Luke Paul only has 1 field goal, but he's plus 28 when he's on the floor. Through traffic, Durovic couldn't finish. Luke Paul gets inside, and he scores an and 1 for Luke Paul. He's into double figures with 10, just his 2nd field goal. 10 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals for Luke Paul. Doing a little bit of everything for Australia, and the lead guard is 7 for 7 at the free throw line. Lukic, kick it out, wide open 3, does not go for Galic. It has really quieted down in Istanbul as the tip-in drops in for Šaponić. Up ahead, Australia gets it right back with a jam. Josh McCann throws it down. That was actually Galic on the last bucket for Serbia rather than Šaponić. Paul waits, missed it, tapped around. 4.5 to play, a 19-point lead for Australia, and we have a World Cup wedgie on day 1. Australia makes some changes, 77-58. Luke Paul to the bench. Is his day done with 4:25 to go. Thrown up at the rim, and Bassaran with 2 offensive rebounds and eventually sticks it in. Today, day 1 here at the World Cup. Tomorrow, day 2, and then an off day before closing out group play on Tuesday. Serbia has Venezuela tomorrow, and Australia gets Ivory Coast. And those offensive rebounds on the last possession. Here's an alley-oop and a throwdown. John Ariang. Ariang has not had the biggest game. He's got 10 points and 6 rebounds, but they have been a loud 10 points. He has brought the Thunder also a pair of rejections. Akur hands it off, and it's off the hands of Mabit. As I was saying, Mabit is the one that had the 2 offensive rebounds and eventual tip-in, rather than the big man Bassaran, and Mabit now heads to the bench. Alex Edwards is into the game for the first time for Australia, up 19 with 2:46 to go. They'll start emptying their bench. And Edwards was the last player off the bench, and for Serbia, everyone has seen time. That's one of the great things about international basketball at the youth stage. You see so many different players get involved, not just with getting time on the floor, but a lot of them making an impact. A lot of these teams have so much depth. A lot of guys who come off the bench, score about 5 points per game in each tournament, and they do make a true impact. Violation will give it back to Australia. The other great part about youth international basketball is the connection that these players build with one another. They come from all over their respective countries. They don't play together in high school or club basketball, but when they suit up for their nation, they're together for multiple tournaments. You look at these teams, Australia had 9 of their 12 players together last year. Serbia had 11 of them together in the Eurobasket tournament. They build a connection. The coaches come back year in, year out. And it's paying off for Australia right now. Everyone is getting involved. Alex Edwards is on the score sheet, and they lead it by 21. Riak Akur is still out there. He's one of 2 players that hasn't scored, along with William Hamilton. On the drive, it's spinned in. Dish it across for Edwards. Back up high. Triple, McCann left it short. Looks like Australia will go 1-0 to start the U17 World Cup, and Serbia will fall to 0-1. Again, the power rankings coming into the tournament don't mean much, and how you play is what matters. But Serbia entered this tournament ranked number 2 at the U17 World stage. Australia not far behind at number 6. But Serbia and France, the European rising powers at the youth stage and the senior national team stage, they're really the 2 favorites to give the United States their first loss ever at this tournament. You look at the success that the 2 nations have had in the recent Olympics, in the World Cups at the senior stage. Nikola Jokic, the headliner for Serbia. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nikola Jovic, all sorts of talent on the floor for Serbia. And they are a nation with a rising basketball team. 90 seconds to play. They trail by 17 as it's laid in by Stepanovic. Leading the way today for the Serbians has been Nikola Kusteric, 17 points. He's 6 of 14 from the field. Matija Lukic, 16 points with a pair of threes. Vuk Stepanovic has not missed, and he's got 10 points. But it's been no match for Australia, who have 4 players in double figures. Yaya Bassarin with 15, Luke Paul with 11 and 8 assists. Antonio Brown and John Ariang have 10 points apiece. 83-66 in the final minute 10 on day 1 in Istanbul. Still a lot of action to come today. Triple is good from Watini. He's had a great game. 12 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds for the 6'1" guard. And with Luke Paul in foul trouble and going to the bench, Watini stepped up big as the head point guard for this Australian squad. To the corner, Byrne thought about it, takes one step in, missed the floater. Ariang has it blocked by Durovic. 20-point lead for Australia, who will start their tournament with an exclamation point and a victory. Serbia has some things to work on. They showed what they can do offensively. They have a lot of different players who can get it done. But Australia made it tough for them. Australia's offense was fantastic, and they cashed in on turnovers a lot more than Serbia did. 26-10, the points off turnovers in favor of Australia, and it's an 88-66 win to start the U17 World Cup for the Australians. 62 points in the paint for Australia compared to Serbia's 32, and they win it by 22 on day 1 to get Group D play started. What a performance. Australia 88, Serbia 66. The final Group D play is underway. Australia with the first win of the U17 World Cup. For our entire FIBA crew, I'm Michael Cerrone saying thanks for joining us. We hope you stay tuned for the rest of the World Cup to come. Australia, a big win to start their under-17 World Cup run.